Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest Hands of Iron 4 challenge. Today I am going to cause myself pain and play as Switzerland. And if you like seeing me in pain and want me to suffer more, if you give this video 10,000 likes in like a week or something, I will play 1939 Slovakia. But you probably won't, so I won't have to. Back to Switzerland. Switzerland is known for Swiss army knives, gold, Swiss chocolate, gold, Swiss cheese, gold. The fact that a lot of things is very much illegal there, like doing laundry on a Sunday, and also gold. So let's play Switzerland. I'm in both historical focuses and regular difficulty. What are we going to do? I'm not sure yet. I'll probably conquer some stuff. Let's try to not get bored with Switzerland and not just be defensive. The major problem with Switzerland is that it starts fully democratic and with neutral foreign policy, so it takes a long time and a lot of effort to actually do anything. Get ready for a civil war. Doing it peacefully would take too much time, political effort, and research paratroopers. Wait a minute, it's here. Actually, speaking of paratroopers, let's build some fighters and transport planes. And let's go. There are a few things we can do, but I think I'll conquer Austria, Yugoslavia and Hungary before all the stuff goes down, and we'll see where we go from there. Right, political effort is complete, and so is Rhineland. I'm going to hire a fascist demagogue, and not do any focuses for a while, because we need all that political power. Let's hire a silent workhorse. This might be a mistake, because it will slow us down a little bit, but hopefully not enough to be a problem. And we can now start preparing for a civil war. Expand civil support. We have to keep expanding civil support because our stability is too high. I'm also going to expand military support twice, should be enough, and get a surprise attack plan. The civil war is the only way quick enough for us to actually get Austria, otherwise Germany will snatch it through Anschluss. Our stability needs to go below 50%. And a surprise attack plan. Stability is low enough, we have enough political power, and let's ignite the civil war. You will notice that my units are stationed next to Zurich. I'm going to attack it aggressively, because when we take it, they will lose. Go. And there it is. We are now fascist Switzerland, Swiss Imperial Confederation. Perfect. Now we're going to need paratroopers. Still no focuses, that political power is way too precious. Okay, that should be more or less enough political power to get 2 simultaneous war goals. Let's start with Austria. And justify on 3 bits so that it lasts for 340 days. And also do Yugoslavia, but just for 1 bit, 355, that lasts for 2 months each. We will be able to declare both wars at the same time. And they should not get guaranteed because we have not generated a lot of world tension. And we can finally start doing collectivist status. Anti-Combatant Pact, sure. Extensive conscription. Let's get some more generals. Oh, he will make a decent field marshal. Hindenburg disaster, oh no. Militarism done. We don't need military youth just yet, so let's invest in our industry and research a bit. Stuff is happening in China. Lots of stuff. Also, looks like nationalist Spain will win. Let's get an army organization expert. One justification is complete. We're about to get the other. I'll still need to deploy the planes. I'll delay it a moment if I have to. The Germans are not doing the Anschluss yet, so we still have some time. Alright, 8 planes have been deployed. Let's stop making transport planes, won't need more. Deploy all the air force that we've built. And our other war goal is ready. Okay. Time to dominate the skies. We're going to land paratroopers in all of their victory points. Just on the edge. That should do it. War economy, and we get ready to attack. I'm going to join the Axis. Unpause for 1 hour only, so the Allies don't react to that action. Okay, and now declare both the wars simultaneously. Declare war, and declare war. I'm not going to call the Germans in. Now we wait a moment to make sure they don't garrison their victory points. In the meantime, we want them to get some troops to the German border, because now we're allied with the Germans, so they should try and garrison that too. Let's speed it up a bit. Perhaps they will pull troops back from Vienna. Okay, I think it's about the right moment. Let's activate our paratroopers. Okay, this is defended. Perhaps you can aid in the attack. Same goes for you. Run towards Vienna. They have no troops in Vienna, which means the war is about to be over. There's still the other one here. We'll deal with that in a moment. And Vienna is ours. They should be surrendering now. Let's check. They will be surrendering now, yes. There goes Austria. I'm going to just annex everything. Perfect. You guys need to secure the border. As for the paratroopers, you are all going to station in this airport. Germans coming in, and my troops are not very quick. Why are you not doing strategic redeployment? No matter. It doesn't matter anyway. We'll be fine. Troops in position, time to order new paradrops. We're going to try and cut their forces off from supply. I'm also going to ask Italy for military access. Launch the paradrop. Also, increase your attack. There should not be any serious resistance, and we should be able to cut them off from supply. Alright, this is not perfect, but they should be in a difficult situation. Now these guys will start attritioning, and we will lose some paratroopers, but it won't matter because they will lose all of their troops. Paratroopers don't need to do much, they just need to hold the line. Here. Go, be quick about it. End of Spanish Civil War. Nationalist Spain. This barrier here keeps these guys from being supplied and lets us gradually kill them. I should not have forced attack, but otherwise this is a solid plan, I believe. Also, we are getting supplies from Italy, so we are not starved ourselves. And we are connected, eliminating the remnants of the army, and we can proceed to take over everything. Actually, I could have just sent my paratroopers to their most valuable victory points, but this works just as well. And to supplement that, I can still actually send paratroopers to their most important victory points. But this doesn't always work, depending on how they garrison their stuff. The method I just used is much more foolproof. There we go, some extra paradrops. Activate the paradrops. Still holding on. Good for them, but I'm about to break the resistance. And see, we could have done that immediately, but there was a chance that it would fail and that they would destroy us with their forces. Fortunately, we managed, and I'm going to annex everything. I might release some states later, but for now, everything is mine. Next target, Hungary. I wonder if I could take nationalist Spain. Perhaps we should try. I should be able to drop some paratroopers here. We have to monitor Hungary to see when they flip to fascist, because that is exactly when we should start justifying a war goal on them. Finally, it's time for the extra research slots. Hungary is about to go fascist. Right, they are now fascist. We can start justifying a war goal against them. We have to do that before they join the Axis, but after they have turned fascist, so that nobody will save them. If they get some extra land from Romania in the meantime, for example, that would be great. I don't think they will, but we'll see. Extra research slot and another one. Secret weapons. You will see that the German is not doing stuff because we have stopped the Anschluss. I mean, they will get to what they want to do eventually. Oh, Germany is preparing to do something. What are you preparing to do? Demand Sudetenland, finally. In February 39. As you can see, we have slowed them down quite a bit. Military youth. I'm putting my guys on cautious, and actually I will be deactivating the attack order, and because we don't want to waste Hungarian manpower, we will be using Hungarian manpower, because I intend to puppet them. Let's see what happens with Sudetenland. It should be normal, however, we have interfered a bit, so it could also not be. Our justification is complete, and it is time. Munich Agreement, okay. So all is as it usually is. Time to attack Hungary. Declare war. And don't call anyone in. Now our paratroopers should do most of the work. If they are not properly... Oh, wait a minute. Why are you not executing your order? Apparently I do not have enough dominance over the Northern Balkans. Let's fix that. Is that enough? Yes, it is. We are dropping. And we have taken Budapest. Okay, I think it's time to activate the attack order. We will need this bit. You run over there, you secure Budapest. You also secure Budapest. Come on. And there we go. Hungary, we are going to puppet. Because I'm going to use their manpower. Also, there's some territory they consider cores that I have, which we will give back to them. Hungary was puppeted. There you go. Now with that, we can use Hungarian manpower, which will be helpful. We don't have a lot of it, and they are going to get more. Now we just wait for the events to unfold and, use every opportunity to further our goals. Let's train a whole army of Hungarian troops. Our next targets are set up. Germany is about to attack Poland, and that is a good moment to start justifying a war goal on China. 50 days. That's a bit late. Should have started earlier. No matter. Too late now anyway. Also, it is time to leave the faction. We don't want to be in the Axis anymore. We will want to be in the Axis again, just not yet. Oh, also, I made a mistake. Yeah, I had a different plan, which involved switching Bulgaria and Greece to fascism quickly. But I kind of changed my mind, which means Bulgaria is now in the Axis way too early. Should not have done that, but doesn't matter. Poland refuses German ultimatum, and there's gonna be blood. Also, I'm going to need to improve relations with France, Britain, and weirdly enough, Netherlands, because in this current version of the game, they do tend to guarantee people. Fall of Warsaw. Poland is taken. Sad day. And our justification on China is complete. We're going to declare war on China. And now we're going to justify a war on Greece. That will be fast, just 30 days. Hopefully nobody will guarantee them. We are not in the Axis, so hopefully nobody wants to defend them. I will join the Japanese faction, but I first want to declare war on Greece, if that can happen. Now this is a gamble, because Greece could get guaranteed by the Allies, in which case we don't want to attack them. But I do have an extra plan in case that happens. And here is my war goal on Greece. Let's attack. Hopefully Romania will join. Okay, Greece is joining their alliance, and Romania is an enemy in the war as well. Okay, I'm just going to hold the border here for a while, and we activate paratroopers. Athens is ours. We can attack them from the rear. They will not manage to survive that attack. Now, of course, the fact that Japan is involved in this war, because this is all merged into the Chinese war, means we might have to share spoilers with Japan, but that is a price I am willing to pay. You, rush Thessalonica. And... oh, strikes. Crap. Oh well. Are those Chinese troops? Those are Chinese troops, but that is also an undefended province, with a lot of victory points. We've connected our territories, so it's just a matter of time, but it has been just a matter of time for all that time, hasn't it? Let's just do a quick paradrop on the victory point itself. No, not yet. Okay, another paradrop then. Corfu is mine. Will you surrender now? Yes, you have. Good. Okay, now time for Romania. What is my participation in this war anyway? Just 6%. Whoa, Japan is gonna take all my stuff. Speaking of Japan, I should probably join their faction already. Okay, let's try and do the paradrop. We'll see how that works out. Alright, let's try and surround Bucharest. Okay, now these guys, theoretically, if I understand everything correctly, should not be receiving supplies, at least for a moment. So, all of you guys, which is these two armies, go full aggressive. Now this is not really sustainable, but if they move out of Bucharest, which they're trying to do, I can just take Bucharest. And in the meantime, that forces them to reorganize their troops a bit, and gives me an opening to get into their territory. Now the downside is, all those paratroopers might die. Let's try and take a port so that you have a route of escape. Let's evacuate our paratroopers. I mean, this was meant to make an opening down here, and it kinda did, but it did not work as well as I hoped it would. Perhaps it would have been better to just attack from the Hungarian border as well. Yeah, I think we have to do that. Romania cedes Bessarabia to the Soviet Union. Well, that is unfortunate, because now I'm not gonna get it. But we are gonna get a lot of other stuff. Alright, time to make everyone aggressive and call in Hungary. Now, this is going to be a difficult attack here, but all in all, we will succeed, although that paradrop was not great. Yeah, screw that paradrop up. Nevertheless, they are holding out here and distracting the enemy forces while we advance. We're going to have to move some troops over to China to get some serious war score. Oh, I lost the paratroopers. Pity. But we are soon going to have tons and tons of manpower, so it's fine. And there it is. Romania is ours. Now, we could annex them, or we could puppet them. Puppeting Romania is usually quite a good idea, because Romania makes a great subject. They are actually quite proficient at attacking on their own. And I don't really need more factories at the moment, so we are going to puppet Romania. Now we have to watch out if we rejoin the Axis and Germany does the focus to integrate war economies, they will steal my puppets. Anyway, this is now all ours. I could get more out of this. I could actually get Turkey, for example. I don't think we need more here. We'll just take China and then, I don't know, take the Germans out maybe. Okay. That could be a problem. Italy just declared war on Greece, which means Italy and the whole of the Axis are going to be at war with the Chinese alliance, which could be a problem for me. Oh, Germany attacked the Soviets. Okay, we're going to take our time and then intervene after we're done with China. Communist China capitulates. I might destroy Japan after that. And here goes the war. China has capitulated. Alright, what are we going to take? We are going to try and shadow puppet China to be able to take everything here, because Japan doesn't take it if it can't puppet it. And other than that, I'll try to take some Greek land directly. So, shadow puppet, take all states, puppet, untake all states, sometimes you have to do that manually, and take some Greek territory for myself. Okay, took a lot of Greece. This is going to be helpful in the factory department. Now we pass a lot of times and take all the land in China. That's it. Thank you. Swiss Imperial Confederation. Now I think it might be a good moment to destroy Japan. But for that I might need more troops. So, let's make a Chinese puppet. Occupied territories, Communist China, release. Why didn't I just puppet them? Well, if you do Communist China instead of China, they get much better manpower. There you go, Chinese Empire with 20 million. That's pretty good. And yeah, we're going to take out Japan. For that I'm going to need to justify war goal on Siam and wait for Siam to join the Japanese alliance, which will happen. United States join the Allies. Japan is in trouble. I'm going to take them out partially because I want to get some land from them, and partially because I wanted them out of the picture so that the Allies can focus on Germany. Sending all my troops from here to Japan. The United Mexican States join the Allies. Okay. Alright, we are set to conquer Japan easily. As you can see, Siam has now joined our faction. So what we're going to do is leave the Japanese faction. We need to make sure these guys don't try to return home. Do you try to return home? You do not try to return home. Good. Hopefully you will not. And start justifying a war goal on Siam. 160 days. That is a long time, but nothing we can do to speed that up. Our war goal on Siam is almost ready, and we should be able to take over Japan then. Although I'm not sure how much war score we'll get, but we do want the Allies to focus on the Germans. So let's attack Siam. And once Japan joins, we should be taking Japan. Here's Japan joining. Do I own enough Japan to make them surrender? No. No, I don't. Good, there will be some fighting. The guys that took over ports can actually resupply and will be quite effective. You, Nagasaki. And there you go, and there you go. You guys have supplies? Kind of, yes. When we take Tokyo, that war should be over. I suppose I'll just tell everyone to manually go to Tokyo. Should work in the end. Lost some troops, but we're about to win. And there goes Japan. Unfortunately, I did not have a lot of war score because I entered into the war late and the Allies got more. However, I can still take stuff from Japan. And we're not going to be able to get a lot, I just want a couple of factories. That is as much as we were able to take. Not a lot, but some serious factories were in there. Also, Japan is now in the Allies and at war with the Germans, which is what we want. Now, we could temporarily join the Germans and beat up the Soviets together, or we could just strike at the Germans. Right, we are back now. I had to disband and reform the armies because that was faster. And I still need some production. Anyways, I'm going to help the Germans beat up the Soviets now because they are clearly winning. And we can gain a bit by helping them. So, I'm going to justify a war goal on the Soviet Union. I'm also going to join the Axis. What I am not going to do is join their wars. I'm only attacking the Soviets. We don't want a fight with the Allies, because we're going to use the Allies to beat up the Germans afterwards. Let's send that army group to beat up the Soviet Union. Also, glorious Chinese manpower. Our justification on the Soviet Union is complete. And we can't attack because we have troops in their territory. You are in their territory. Get out of there. Okay, let's declare war on the Soviets. Now the Germans will have the majority war score, but I can still snag a few bits, I think. See, we're getting a lot from occupation because we are powerful and aggressive. Already 3%, and we just started. Right, the Soviets are about to capitulate. Just a couple more days, I think, and this will be over. Now, I'm not sure what I'll do next. I'll probably beat up the Germans. We have 25% war score. That is going to give us some decent land once they capitulate, but they're sitting at 99%. Still, the Soviet Union is dead, finally. Alright, I need to cut the Germans off from the rest of this territory if I am to take it. We'll be capable of taking much more if we first puppet the Soviet Union, so let's do that. And the turn. And now. Everything that is bordering the Germans or the sea has to go to our puppet. This way the Germans won't be able to take any more land. And the rest will be ours. Through a puppet, of course, but we are the Swiss puppeteer. That is as much as we can take in this round, and to turn. See, the Germans will not touch this area. They might theoretically satellite someone from here, but it's not likely. And that's it. The Russian Empire has been puppeted by Switzerland. Now, I think we're going to annex them. We should probably annex Hungary and Romania first. And it would be nice to annex China, but they have increased their independence, unfortunately. Now, if I send these guns to my subjects, that will make me annex them even faster. Let's send some lend-lease to all of these guys. Now let's annex our subjects, and then we can beat up the Germans. Oh, Netherlands government moves. Time to annex someone. Who is it? Hungary. Okay, let's have a look at their manpower. Your manpower is 31,000. Not a lot, but we don't want to waste anything. So I'm going to switch my troops to Hungarian units. Some of my troops. Okay. No manpower, let's annex them. Goodbye, Hungary. You are now part of glorious Switzerland, and Romania will be next. We can now annex Romania. Let's switch all our troops to Romanian troops so that we can steal their manpower. There we go. Let's see if all of it drains. All of it drained. Time to annex Romania. Goodbye, Romania. And now it's time for Russia. Russia, how much manpower do you have? 2 million. That is a decent amount of manpower. We're going to need to deploy more units to accommodate that. And we can reduce Chinese independence, finally. I can build stuff there again. And now we can annex Russia. First we need to steal their manpower. We have 240 units and they have... how much manpower? Almost 2 million. Okay, we can do that. Let's make a Russian template. Just an infantry division should be enough. And switch all those guys to it. Let's see if that drains all the manpower, just a lot of it. All the manpower, perfect. Now I can annex them and have that manpower for myself. And all those juicy factories, of course. The Swiss Imperial Confederation. Now I still need to get the Germans to have nice borders. Now I'll switch those guys back to cavalry. All that manpower goes back into the pool. And now we can use it to drain the Chinese manpower. I'm going to lower their autonomy by sending them all the land-lease we can. For now though, I need steel. I have lots of steel in my territory. Seems like I need to go to limited exports now. All that Russian steel requires it. This is going to take me a while to lower their independence, but we are not in a rush. Switzerland is patient. Lower Chinese independence. Finally, we can annex China. Let's make sure to steal all their manpower as well. There we go. Now that should be enough to steal all their manpower, but if it isn't, I'll just modify the template to include more units. Some pause. It's going to process for a moment. Oh, not all of it yet. Okay, I'll modify the template. This will surely be sufficient. And there it goes. All Chinese manpower is ours. Let's annex China. I don't actually need these troops, so let's disband all of them. And you guys can go back to being just cavalry. I'll redistribute that manpower later on. Okay, now it's time to destroy the Germans, and we'll be ending this. Right, I think we're ready to face the Axis. We have 3 full army groups stationed at their borders. We are temporarily part of the Axis ourselves, and we have almost 800 cavalry units garrisoning their territory. So, let's leave the faction, shall we? Leave faction. Now, of course, I'm going to have to spam H on that cavalry. Oh, I didn't train it up completely. Doesn't matter. We have to spam H on that cavalry so it stays in place, because it wants to return home. And we're not going to allow that. Oh, also, I should start justifying a war goal on Bulgaria. 125 days, that is fine. Keep halting these units. If you don't do that, they will return to your territory and ruin the whole plan. Did you stop returning? You did stop returning. Good. I think we're much more powerful than the rest of the Axis at this point. But just to be sure, I also stationed some cavalry in their territory. I am missing generals. I need more political power so that I can get generals. We're also working on our nuclear arsenal. We have our war goal on Bulgaria, but rather than just attack, I am going to rejoin the Axis for a brief moment. Why? Well, because this way they should clear our border and make it easier for us to advance. If you would like me back in your faction, yes you would. Well, of course you would. You're not very bright, are you? Now we wait for the Germans to remove some troops from our border so that it will be easier to advance into their territory. Yeah, we have just signed, sort of signed a treaty with the Germans that we are about to break. Oh, I'm also gonna nuke Berlin. Right, that's enough. Let's leave the faction again. I still have my war goal. Leave faction again. And immediately declare war on legionary Bulgaria. And activate all the orders. Halt these guys. Pause and halt. You need to stay in Germany until they join the war. And in Italy until they join the war. I'm advancing too fast into Bulgaria. Stop that. We don't want them to surrender before the others join. We are being invited into the Allies, which seems like a nice opportunity, but I have to make sure that the other Axis actually join the war for this to be viable. If I were to ask you to allow me into your faction, you would not let me in, but you are offering to let me in yourself. Hey, Italy has joined. Now, you know what? I suppose I could join the Allies. That could benefit me. Sure, I guess I will. Fascist Switzerland in the Allies. Come on, Germany, join. Now, theoretically, I should get all this territory, but you never know with the Allies. They will think that they did most of the work. They always think that. But it doesn't really matter, I just want to beat up the Germans this time. Italy has capitulated, and I got everything. Let's give them a moment longer. If it doesn't happen, I can just join the Allies' war. They are asking me to do so extensively. Yeah, I suppose I could do so. Unfortunately, doing that teleported my troops back, but it really didn't look like the Germans were going to join the war normally. It's fine, it's fine. They can still try and do the garrison. They will be doing attacks, and I do have an entire new army ready to strike. We will also get more war score this way. We have air superiority. Can't really reach Berlin right now, so let's nuke Frankfurt and Stuttgart and München. And boom! As you can see, yes, atomic bombing of Oberbayern. As you can see, we are advancing, and Bulgaria has capitulated, providing us with additional armies that we can use to conquer Germany. Alright, now let's observe the Germans getting destroyed. Hey, Adolf. Catch. Nationalist Spain is still not involved. Good. As you can see, the Swiss assault is unrelenting and unstoppable, because every soldier carries a Swiss army knife. And what's that? That's the first time I actually see that. Well, we can assume leadership of the Allies. Why the hell not? Hello, Winston. Goodbye, Winston. Now, we are a different ideology than they are, so they might start leaving now. Which warrants me to do this. Cancel this unit's order and send them into the Allies' territory, just in case they get some stupid ideas. Just in case they decide to leave our faction. What is my war participation? 34%. Decent. And we're also attacking from what used to be Russia. See, since we are in the Allies, we're actually reconquering Poland, but that's good. We like Poland. I just want to get some German territory. Let's nuke Berlin again. Boom. The Imperial Conference. And Berlin is ours. I mean, the ruins of Berlin, if we're being precise, but we can rebuild. 61% participation. And Germany is about to surrender. Let's see how much we can get in the peace deal. And if we wanted to move it to world conquest, it would actually be very easy at this point. Not just because we're so powerful, but because we have assumed leadership of the Allies. So we can just attack, for example, someone in South America, and the moment the United States leave the Allies or are kicked out by us, they would come to the defense of someone in South America and get destroyed by the forces we have stationed there. British Parliament debates intervention in Scandinavia. Do you really have nothing better to do? And here comes the peace conference. Okay. What should we do? I think I want to grow my country a bit. Let's shadow puppet everyone. You can still do shadow puppet, even if it's democracy. You just change government in the shadow puppet way, and then it doesn't happen. Alright, some kind of shadow puppeting, and now we take some territory. Okay, that'll be it for this war. There we go. Switzerland now takes up half of Europe and more than half of Asia. Now, I am going to end it here. I never intended for this game to go so far, but I'm going to tell you what I would do if I were to continue this, just in case you're curious. See, we are the leader of the Allies right now. But we are of a different ideology. So there are two options now. I haven't tested it. I'm not sure what would happen. Either they will start leaving the faction, or they won't. Seems like we have carried over the democratic restriction from the faction. Anyway, what would I do if I were to continue and wanted to conquer everyone? Well, obviously, I would station my troops in every country in my faction. And then I would get rid of the faction and take them all over, which would be quite easy and would probably take me like 2 years maybe, and then the rest will be ours. But I'm not gonna do that because that would be boring. And to be honest, if you are in this position, you can just take out everyone if you want. So, we're gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I know it's not gonna happen. It's not that great a video, but if it were to get 10,000 likes, I would do 1939 Slovakia. So, if you want to see that, yeah, smash that like. Or don't, this is a win-win for me, because if I get the likes, yay, likes. If I don't get the likes, at least I don't have to do Slovakia. So, that's about it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.